Hey out there, YouTubers, Facebook, guitar enthusiasts. This is Andy's free guitar chart videos. My wife's going to her meeting, and although I'm getting over a cold and I'm kind of not feeling well, I thought it'd be a good idea to teach because being home for a few days, I had a little extra time to make better charts. Charting for me has always been something that I wanted to do, but most charts start with something like this, where I'll just have a little note to myself or something, and some of them are fairly elaborate lists of things. Wow, got a lot of stuff on the piano. I hope it doesn't start playing. So, having done extra chart work, it's kind of a mixed blessing. So I think it'll even out. So let's go back 3 charts here. So we got 96, or 95 actually, major and minor inversion cages for pentatonic scale-bound arpeggios. Major and minor inversion cages for pentatonic scale-bound arpeggios. What I'm saying is a scale-bound arpeggio is an arpeggio that doesn't just travel across the fretboard. Like here's a Dorian. It would be a Dorian. It'd be a Dorian first and second inversion arpeggio. 6-2-4. Everything's in the key of C. All numbers relate to the key of C in this discussion, unless otherwise. If I say the relative, it's relative. For instance, we talk about this Dorian here. Okay. You could say that its relative root would be the 2 because it's the Dorian second. But that's the only time you're not going to see that number changing in writing. So you have this arpeggio goes up here. The 6, let's see, D, F, A. So the 6 goes to the 2. So it's a perfect fourth to the 2, right? And then a minor third over. The minor third in guitar is further over than the major third. Here's the major third, the 4th to the 6th, the F to the A. It's a major third, 2 whole steps. The minor third is over more because it's going up a 4th and going less than that from here. So here's up a 4th. Okay, here's a perfect third, which is like from 4 to 6, okay, 2 to, whatever this note would be, F sharp. 2 to 4 is a perfect third, 2 to 3 is a whole step, okay? So, go up here, 6 to 4, 25, or 6 to 4, I like that. Okay, let's start on that A. Okay, A. Now from there, I would go to the 4th on a staircase arpeggio. Now I know we had some interesting descriptions of the staircases in the cage bound, where we would go up a staircase. For instance, we'd go up a staircase from root here. So we'd go root, 4, 6, and then straight up maybe a ladder. So it'd be staircase to a ladder, and then to a hallway, and then to another ladder, something like that. So there's some description. It looks more like a Mario Brothers, right? It's not just a staircase, but it is. because you got 2, 4. That's if you're doing caged bound, but regular staircase is 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, right? So that's staircase arpeggios, and there's caged bound arpeggios. Okay, and this is what this particular drawing here attempts to make obvious. This part up here is a repeat of down here. So I could take this and just put it down there, and it's the exact carbon copy, except the minors are different. Now let me show you something. I was just doing this before, so we might as well cover it because it's hot. You get a C minor shaped Dorian minor, key of C is going to be D minor. Here's your C minor shaped. How is it a C minor shaped? A good question. Here's a C shape, like everybody can play a C shape, right? And if you play the robust C, you play the G underneath that C, so it's like a double on the bottom 2 strings there. Okay, so it's like that's what it's like. Now, when you go to a minor C, all it is you go 5th to the root to the minor 3rd up to the 5th again. And this is the same shape that is. As a matter of fact, the real C, the real deal, isn't far away. Here it is, what I just played. 5, root, 3, 5, and then it goes into a little D shape because of the tuning warp. Uh-oh. Because of the tuning warp. Drawing tool, thank you. The tuning warp, where are we? 5, root, 3, 5, root, tuning warp brings this over. The whole thing over. Okay, and since then it goes back to regular tuning, so this just follows with it. Just follows it. Like that. Alright, otherwise it's perfect for a tune. Now it only goes over 1. It only goes over 1 fret. Okay, so let's see what that is. In other words, the unwarped part, all P4 tuning, would be like this. It only goes over 1. You see how I've only moved it over 1 box. There's the 1 box. This would be all perfect 4th tuning. You can tell perfect 4th tuning by, instead of the same note being on the top and bottom strings, it's over 1 closer to the end of the fret nut. Okay, so it would be over here, that same note. So that's P4 tuning. So then you see that the pattern repeats itself exactly, and that's why I would call it a pattern. 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. You see how they're the same shape, right? Straight up, long over, short over, straight up, long over. And you can pretty much guess with a pattern, you just go back down here again and to short over again. As you know, it's not going to change the tuning if it's just a pattern. Okay? Nobody, I don't think, is going to teach you a pattern that goes through the tuning warp unless they specify which strings that pattern has to be played on. You know, you can't teach someone a pattern and tell them it's going to work anywhere without explaining that it has to go through the tuning warp, unless